Good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Gary's Movie Emporium. Today is a Hamilton book movie haul that I made recently. Uh, it's kind of half and half with Blu-ray and DVD. But here's the box that it came in. I thought I'd save some steps this morning and open it. And as you can see, there's the HamiltonBook.com logo on the side. And I'm about to show you. I'll start off with DVDs here. First up, off the top, is I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday. No Food, No Hope, Noel. This was given away in the horror pack as well on Blu-ray, and I hadn't signed up yet for this, so I had missed out. So I grabbed it in the Hamilton book. 16 by 9 widescreen presentation. Very short film, clocks in at around 71 minutes. I don't know if you can see it too good. A little bit of a dark in here this morning. I don't know why. I think it's because we're going to be getting rain soon. It's not rated. It has a slew of special features. Let's see. It is a winner of a number of film festival awards in 2017 and 2018. Just look at the back. And then next up, I got a Wild Eye title here. I had seen this on, I think I had seen it on Instagram or on Joe and Marie's video. It stars Meredith Muller, Jesse Dalton, and Amanda Weiss. It's called Triggered. Better Find Your Safe Space. This is a Wild Eye title, so I'm glad to get this one. I might review this one at some point. Not through Wild Eye, but more or less through myself, for the channel. I really like the cover here. I heard it's not the greatest, but I don't know. I like Wild Eye. I see nothing wrong with it. They're a solid company. They're trying to keep indie horror thriving and alive, and they're doing a pretty damn good job. And I like the Wild Eye name. It's a name you can trust. And there's the back. They said it didn't make their shelf. I don't know. I think it should make mine. I don't ban movies to the never regions, just because they might not be that great. They still look good on your shelf. I don't know what the heck happened here. Somebody put a DVD sticker on this next title. It's Murder Cycle. It's a Full Moon Pictures. I always wondered about this one, so I thought I'd grab it. It's PG-13. Engine roars with a deafening thunder. The sleek, dark profile cuts through the night like a sword through the flesh. Devoid of human emotion, it kills to live. It has torn into our dimension from the hell of another world. And alien being with a mission to destroy the one person on Earth that presents its immortality. There is no place to hide when the murder cycle has its sights set on you. So I don't know if this is it shows a guy on a motorcycle, but I don't know if the motorcycle more or less is the one seeking people to kill. Because he has a driver on. He's kind of like mind controlling the driver as well. I have no idea, but should be kind of cheesy, good fun with being Full Moon Pictures on this one. Let's look at the front and see the sticker I was talking about right there. And there's the back. Pretty cool looking little DVD there. Happy to add that to the collection. And this next one I had gotten, or I didn't get, but rather I had seen it on HBO or Cinemax, Summer of 1,000 Movies. They tend to. This has Amanda Weiss in it too. What was the last one that had? Oh, she was in Triggered as well. So I don't know if this is the same actress. It's spelled the same. Christopher Atkins, Amanda Weiss, and Roddy McDowell. Shockma, The Evolution of Revenge. Basically, it's about a baboon that's trapped in a high rise, if I remember right. And it's been a long time since I've seen this. He's trapped in a big building anyway, and I think they accidentally let him out of one of the rooms that has a I don't know why, but has a laboratory in the building. It's been genetically altered, and I guess they're trying to make it a killing machine, I guess. And why it'd be in a room and you'd think it would be like far away from where any human lives would be, but that's the fun of it, I guess you could say. This is a Hughes Parks production. Like I said, it's called Shockma. I seen this on the Cinemax Summer of 1,000 Movies. It's a pretty good little horror thriller. It's kind of like in the vein of Monkey Shines, if Ella would have been like more of a killing. I mean, she did kill in that, but that's because of the shots she was getting. Whereas this one's just plain out been genetically engineered to kill, from what I remember. But this is a really cool movie. There's a look at the back. I don't know if you can see it, but his eyes are red there. So I don't remember if it goes that far, but it could be just a clever back cover art that they're going for to get you to get it. But I do know that it has been altered in some way. And then got my old classic here. Never got this. I think I had it on VHS back in the day, but it's a movie starring Penelope Ann Miller, Tom Sizemore, The Next Evolution in Terror. Siskel. Oh, I got a ripped cover right there. Shoot. Siskel and Ebert give it 2 thumbs up. I don't see how you can rip a brand new sealed movie without puncturing the plastic there. I guess they might have punctured it a tad, but a little disappointed with Hamilton on that one. But you can see it there where it indents. Probably going to have to take a kind of like a little bit of a marker and kind of go across that crease so it doesn't look, indented like that. It's from Paramount Pictures, Cloud9 Entertainment, and a Pacific Western production. Peter Heimspelm. This was a really good one. It's basically if Night at the Museum met a killer creature and it was killing people late at night. Like in the exhibit, not late at night necessarily, but basically it's killing. This relic is killing things. Anyone that gets into the museum, whether it be day or night. I think a couple little kids try to get in there and hide around until it turns night so they can kind of like see how scary it is, I guess. I can't really remember because it was like 25 years ago, I think, when this come out. But yeah, it was a really good one. I remember liking this one a real lot. This was a 97 film, 109 minutes, and it's rated R. This came out in the late 90s when horror was kind of trying to get revived a little bit with some of these like ones like this, and because there was a time in the 90s when horror was like really dying out because it had just come off the slasher phase, and like studios were not greenlighting a lot of horror projects and things of that nature. And if you were able to get a thriller, you were lucky. But that's my pickup. Really happy to get the relic. And then this one starred Allison Hennigan from, I know her from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think you'll know her from How I Met Your Mother. Fran Kranz, You Might Be the Killer. A lot of this flashes back into a video store, if I remember correctly. I want to say I seen it a while ago. I can't remember if it's kind of like a anthology. I can't really remember, but I remember thinking it was kind of clever. It had that video store feel, and it's just right up my alley. This has an audio commentary with filmmakers Brett Simmons and Thomas Vitale. I hate to say this, but You Might Be the Killer is the story of Sam, a regular guy who finds himself on the run from a masked serial killer that has been brutally murdering his fellow camp counselors. Desperate, Sam reaches out to his friend, Chuck, Alice Hennigan, who is an expert on all things horror. She becomes Sam's lifeline as he tries to evade death by avoiding horror tropes and save his friends. But when Chuck challenges Sam with the notion that Sam himself might be the killer, Sam must race to uncover the haunting truth of the masked maniac's identity and the masked supernatural powers, all before it's too late. Yeah, it does kind of have a little bit like a Goosebumps feel to it with this haunted mask having supernatural powers. But it was a really good indie horror film here. I'm glad I picked it up because it is of the slasher genre, just with a bit of a twist due to this mask. But I thought I'd pick it up. Let's see. Well, hard to see on it. It's like red on black. Yeah, I can't make it out. It's like really dark in here. I swear we're going to get a really bad rainstorm. And then it said something about snow by the middle to late part of the week. And it's just ridiculous. Shouldn't be getting snow, in my opinion, in almost April. But that's the North Country for you. But that's, You Might Be the Killer. And then I think this is an Italian film, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. A quiet, restful summer in the lazy coastal town of Port Harbor is abruptly about to end. It's a widescreen presentation of The Last Shark, starring James Franciscus, Vic Morrow, Michaela Pignatelli, Giancarlo Pratt, I don't know how you want to pronounce that, Joshua Sinclair, and Chuck Kaufman, directed by Enzo Castellari, and written by Mark Princey, or Prince, however you want to pronounce it. Basically, an enormous, angry 35-foot great white shark takes revenge on humans when they build a beach just for swimmers by a coastal town. After several shark attacks, the mayor does nothing to stop it. Sounds very Jaws-inspired, or Jaws rip-off-ish a little bit here. Very much sounds like that to me. Just because of the mayor won't do nothing, and I mean, this shark does have the Jaws look to it. That it rips off the cover more or less too, as well, with the lady in the bikini and just like not knowing the unknown. You know, like with the shark coming up through the depths of the water. That would be all kinds of scary. That's why I don't go in the water. 1981, 88 minutes, widescreen presentation. I don't know if this has been remastered, but here's a look at the back. I don't know if you can see it too good because, like I said, the lighting's not the greatest today. So you can see the great white right there and right there. It's a 35-footer, very much like the same size as Jaws. So he's going through that Jaws phase. So I just kind of felt like getting all shark movies here. So next one up I got was Avalanche Sharks. I don't know if this is a... Oh, okay, this is an E1. So I did get this. Either by hook or by crook, I did get this. If I missed it in the wave, I don't have that on my conscience now, so I got Avalanche Sharks. So didn't need to trade with anybody to get this, so sometimes it's good to go out and get them on your own too, you know. 92 minutes, 178 by 5.1 surround. I don't mind paying $5 or $3 or $4 for, DVDs that might have been in the wave. As long as they're horror or something up my alley, I don't really care. It's also an ITN Entertainment, or ITN distributed title as well. So it looks really absurd with a shark up in the mountains, where snow is and stuff. Because, most of them are salt water and things like that. It's really ridiculous, but it's funny nonetheless. And this next one you could kind of say DVD mixed with Blu-ray. Stranger Things, a season 1 VHS styled set here. It was a Target exclusive. Includes 4-disc Blu-ray plus DVD set and collectible poster. So I didn't even know it come with a poster. And that's Stranger Things, Season 1. Pretty much I don't need to read this. Everybody at this point should have at least watched Season 1 of this, or knows a friend that knows a friend that knows about this, and they hear probably a lot of talk about it. I do think Season 1 was the most effective just because you didn't know what to expect. I want to say that I've watched most of Season 2, but I don't know, Season 1 with me was pretty much all the episodes were awesome, not that 2 wouldn't have its goodness either, but I kind of think it lost some of its buzz that it got in Season 2 a little bit, because it kind of got away from the path with Elle, and I don't know, it still is about her, but I just kind of think it was a little bit more intriguing in the first season. Just because, I felt like it captured more of the heart of the 80s. And it has all these throwback things on it, too. Like this old sticker. It's, faded. And then on the corners and creases, you can see, where it's wore out there. It's meant to be that way, so don't think somebody was rough with it. See it there? Kind of like your old video store. Although this box is a little bigger than I remember for VHS. Occasionally you would get one of these on the video store shelf where I lived, but generally we got either the bubble cased ones, and they weren't like this, or we got just the VHS box that were, I don't really have one around here, but they were probably to here and maybe that wide, but they did occasionally, some indie studios did release them this way, but I'm happy to have Stranger Things Season 1. And I wanted to show this too, because this is a sequel I was telling you about. That's the unofficial sequel to Jaws 1 through 4. This is Cruel Jaws. I got this through eBay. It's from Severin Films. New Terror Surfaces. Cruel Jaws. 95 minutes on this one. 1995. Basically, this is the Snyder Cut, it's saying. It includes the home video version and the Snyder Cut. It has special features on it, as well as a trailer. Like I said, it's a Severin Films. It is available on Blu-ray as well. I just I couldn't justify paying another $10-15 when you can get the DVD for half of that. And plus, I don't really care because it's really not a sequel to Jaws, really. Some countries release it as Jaws 5, but love the cover there. There's a back of the Severin title here. Surfboard with some blood on it there. Making sure they don't fall, guys. Make a big unexpected boom noise in the video here. Okay, and now onto the Blu-ray. There's a lot of them, or a decent amount of them. Off the bat here, is an Arrow title. It's called Edge of the Axe. There is nothing silent about nights in Paddock Country. This is a very popular one I've seen on YouTube and all over. A lot of people pick this one up. Clock's in at 91 minutes. Its audio is 1.0, which is really low, but maybe it'll be really good too. I don't know. Sometimes these surprise you. 185 by 1. Special edition and contents include a brand new 2K restoration from the original camera negative, original uncompressed mono audio, a newly translated English subtitles for the Spanish soundtrack, brand new audio commentary with actor Barton Fox, image gallery, and reversible art for the cover as well. I don't know if you can see that too good, but that's what the original one looks like. And I have no idea what the other one looks like, but there's a look at the back. I'm sure somebody out there took it out. If I don't watch it, I haven't watched it yet, I leave them in the plastic until then, just to keep them, a little bit more preserved. No sense to open them and depreciate them if you're not going to watch them. But that's Edge of the Axe. I mean, I'm going to watch them eventually, just not right away. In this movie I didn't get, but I had seen this way back in the movie, or at the movie video store. They're out, Dead Pit. Back in the day, this had a VHS of it. And right there where the thighs were, they had these like little lights, like little bulbs. And you'd push a button like down here or somewhere on the side, something. I can't remember where. But you push the button and its eyes would light up. This is a code red release. 178 by 1. 102 minutes. I remember really digging this. It was really dark throughout once I got going. This was basically really simple. I mean, there was no really hard, confusing plot. It was just this mental patient, they called her Jane Doe, or Cheryl Lawson. She basically arrives at the Institute with amnesia. Upon her arrival, a major earthquake rocks with buildings and unearths the now undead Dr. Ramsey and his legion of zombie patients so he can continue his work. Some pretty good special effects in this one for like little to no budget. And that's the Dead Pit. Or Dead Pit, I should say. And then next up, I got my hands. We're going to go away from the horror genre here with this one. It's a steelbook of Superbad. This is a pop art design on the cover. I think this is a Canadian released movie as well. It's from Columbia Pictures. Has a whole slew of special features I don't even want to get into. I mean, it's really impressive how much stuff they have on there, deleted and extended scenes, gag reel, linorama, and so on. And that basically sums up what's on here. I mean, they have more, but like I said, there's so many on here I could name. As you can see, there's the extensive list of what extras I have on there. I didn't want to read all that for you. But just for the features alone, it's worth picking up. There's a look at the throwback spine as well. I don't know if you can see that too good. Kind of has that VHS look to it a little bit. Probably meant to do that, I'm assuming, because the Superbad when it came out just had that 70s vibe to it to me. Kind of felt like a movie version of the 70s show. That's what I felt like with it. The way the guy's dressed, you had Seth Rogen with a handlebar mustache that hasn't really been around since the 70s. I know Hulk Hogan dons one, but I think he likes to live, kind of like still it's the 70s or the 80s kind of look, the way, wrestling and stuff. But really happy to pick up Superbad. Pretty much everybody should know what that's about. And then I picked up Junk Bonds from Tromaville here. The Return of Junk Bucket. It's a Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hertz And it's also, like I said, a trauma release. The family that severs parts never parts. It also includes the original junk bucket. Sorry about the pop up there. We got a severe weather alert in effect. I don't know if that's for today. I'm hoping they're overblowing it a little bit because they did that yesterday or the day. I don't know if it was yesterday, but the day before, and we got some stronger winds, but it went around us. So it was the best picture at a film festival in 2014. We got best director for Stephen Lang for Fear Feet 2014. And this is Trauma's been in business for over 43 years, so. And it has a slew of special features. Maybe someone out there knows what this is exactly about. I watched the trailer and I couldn't really make out still what it was about. I think they were doing that on purpose. You know, it felt more like I was watching some of the movie as opposed to a trailer. Has a number of special features on this as well. Has a theatrical trailer, bloopers, deleted scenes, Trauma Now Extreme Edition, and then it goes on to say stuff about Return to Nukem High. But I really like this throwback look of it to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know if it's trying to make like a spoof of that, but I couldn't resist that cover, so I grabbed it. And then I went with a kid's title here. Hero Edition of Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. Classified fresh by Rotten Tomatoes. It includes the 30-plus minutes of high-flying extras. I saw this one at the drive-in. I really did not know much about Captain Underpants. I really loved this movie. It had that animation much like the Peanuts movie that was in theaters not that long ago. The year's funniest movie, says Gary Wolcott of Tri-City Herald. Just had really a lot of fun. If you like superheroes and you like CGI animation, just combine the two and you got Captain Underpants. Pretty fun little film. 2017, 90 minutes. Like I say, it has quite a few bonus features on it as well. They do have a Captain Underpants animated TV series. I believe it's on Netflix, I believe. I saw one trailer of one of them. I didn't like the direction they went with it. Like, they made it traditional animation. Kind of felt like this deserved, like a cheaper CGI treatment. Just because you're kind of confusing your audience. You're going from this kind of animation to the much cheaper, and it's not as much eye-catching animation. I don't know. I hate it when they make a series on Netflix and they don't try to put a little bit more effort into it. I understand you're trying to save money, but a lot of people invest a lot of money on that streaming service, and I don't see why not go the extra mile and just give it its justice, and just go with a cheaper CGI. That's all you can do. And then I got from, I think this was an Arrow. No, this is Vinegar Syndrome. I get confused by this clear cases. This is a Vinegar Syndrome, Dolly Dearest. 185 by 1, 1991, and runs 94 minutes. This is a really creepy doll movie here. It's very much in the vein of like Chucky. And it stars Denise Crosby, who played in the original Pet Sematary. Sam Bottoms, the late great, I believe Rip Torn has passed away. Lupe Ontiveros and Ed Gale. Basically, if I remember right, father buys a rundown toy store and wants to build dolls. And personally, out of this shack that they were building them in, I was just like, wow, I would just want to tore the whole building down and just built a new factory and started all over. Because this factory where they were making these dolls was really run down. I mean, it looked like if you took a toy factory and made it like out of an abandoned building. I don't think that I don't think that would have passed, like regulation. I don't think you could just start a toy company out of someone's basically like abandoned garage or abandoned, I don't know what you want to call it, like, I don't know, kind of like an empty building that's kind of dilapidated and the shelves are dusty, and it's like you would have put new product like this on the shelf. Uh, just because, I mean, I know it's in another country, and I know it's probably harder to fund, uh, you know, doll making like that, but it's just a little qualm I had about the movie. Not a major qualm, but kind of not the way I would have went with it. But I know they're on a restrained budget, but I really like this. This was a fun movie. Really much like Child's Play. Very much like it. The doll has some like really scary looking faces that she makes. Like, I don't know if you can see that too good. Right there. The facial features were really well done for being an indie film. And then I think this was a Vinegar Syndrome. Yeah. Another Vinegar Syndrome title here. Starring Dennis Christopher. Fade to Black. A lot of people I hear good, like, I've seen this. I hear a lot of people love this film. I liked it quite a bit. I can't say I loved it, but I did like it a great deal. Uh, just because it's kind of not like didn't really have a lot of suspense for me. It's a region-free Blu-ray as well. It's a newly scanned and restored 4K from the 35mm negative. Reversible cover art, and it has English for the hearing impaired subtitles as well. Really cool cover. But like I said, I like this movie a lot, but I didn't love it like some people did. Just because it's kind of tame for me in terms of a slasher. I didn't think it was all that. I don't know. It was cool seeing Dennis Christopher as a killer, but it was more like a throwback, like massive throwback slasher. More like almost more like the Giallo films than anything. Not that that's a bad thing, but I like my 80s slashers, not so much the 70s ones. And even though this took place in the 80s, but I don't know. Kind of has a little bit like the movie Willard a little bit too, with the guys at work making fun of him, and it has that Willard feel with the guys making fun of Willard and putting him down, and then he gets his revenge on them all by the end, or a lot of them. But that's Fade to Black. Everybody should know what that is. And here's a really big time throwback starring Clint Walker, Killdozer. This was a TV movie, I believe, on CBS back in the day. From 74 minutes. This is a Kino Lorber incorporated disc here. Really happy to have it. It's probably going to be out of print soon, or leave Hamilton soon. So if you haven't gotten it yet, I'd get it soon, because I'm sure once it's gone, it's going to be very hard to get. And I got it for a pretty reasonable price. And it's Killdozer. And next up, got a really good slasher throwback here. Very much in the vein of Black Christmas. If I Die Before I Awake, The Sleeper, a special collector's edition. This kind of has that throwback feel to it, like a grindhouse feel to it. Kind of like in the vein of, I don't know if you remember the movie that never, or the trailer that never got made, was Thanksgiving. That was in the midway part of Planet Terror and Death Proof from Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino. But this very much has that vibe to it. Like, basically, this is what Ty West did for the 70s, Justin Russell has done for the 80s. So, it's a 2-disc set here. I didn't know that. I don't know if it's actually a 2 physical disc. It's saying it is. It doesn't feel it, but The sleeper, the Blu-ray disc 1 is 178 by 1, 1080 HD stereo, and disc 2 is the sleeper, the lost VHS transfer, 720 SD and stereo. Oh, and it does have a Joe Bob Briggs drive-in total on this one. So you might want to go to your special features and watch that alone. That'd probably be really cool. Him counting down the body parts in this one, or counting down the death totals in the film. It's funny listening to him do that kind of thing. Since it's a Gamma Knife Films presented disc. But yeah, basically it takes place in 1981. The girls of Alpha Gamma Theta sorority are having a party. Amy, sick of living in the dorms, invites her roommate Ava to attend the party with her in hopes they will both become Thetas. As the girls arrive, so does an uninvited guest watching them in the shadows. So very much like Black Christmas. Even has that Black Christmas sorority house look to it. Look at the back. And the back kind of has that Black Christmas look to it a little bit. You got the killer there standing that they don't want to show, just from the waist or about the midsection down. Kind of giving you that suspense, like who's the killer. I'm sorry, I gotta get a drink this morning. Sorry I haven't been around for making videos lately, but it is what it is, as they say. And next up, I got Not All Aliens Come From Space. It's a Sean S. Cunningham film here. Comes with slipcover from 1989. I really love this movie, Deep Star 6. Recommend if you haven't seen it. Maybe make it a movie night with this one. I really like the underwater still shots and stuff they do in this film. 1989. 99 minutes. 235 by 1. This too is a Kino Lorber and Studio Canal released physical disc here. Blu-ray. Has a slew of special features. You can go on all day naming. Apparently, Kane Hodder was also a stunt coordinator on this as well. Understandable, seeing it's a Friday, Sean Cunningham with Friday the 13th. You got to have Kane Hodder as stunt coordinator, and it also had Harry Manfredini, who did the music for Friday the 13th. Also composes the music for this film as well. Let's see. Yeah, let's not forget Creature supervisor Craig Nicotera was on this movie as well. So it's a winning team, basically. And it does come complete with a theatrical trailer and TV spot. Pretty much, I think the cover is going to be the same. I always like that cover. Kind of gives it away what happens on it in the movie at some point, but kind of gives you that, there's a monster under the water somewhere. It says not all aliens come from space. I remember the trailer of this on some of the DVD or on the VHSs, or I don't know if it's VHSs or DVDs or a combination of both. It was really cool. They used to have that really cool talker that did the trailer. And then I picked up the original exploitation classic, The Toolbox Murders. What he does to your nerves is almost as frightening as what he does to his victims. Stephen King says it generates some genuinely scary moments. This is a Blue Underground release here. 7.1 master audio. I picked this up because I do have Toolbox Murders too. I do believe that showed up in some of the Dollar Tree videos and at some of the stores. Grabbed it. I said, why not? I don't like to mix and match the formats, though, if I can help it. So hopefully this comes with a DVD as well. But If not, I'll have to watch one on Blu-ray in better quality, and then one not as good, but still pretty good. Full HD 1080. Comes with some extras, starring Cameron Mitchell, Pamela Ferdin, and Wesley Ure. Directed by Dennis Donnelly. Really cool throwback cover there. Look at the back. And you can actually see this one because it's white. A little hard to see with the dark covers this morning. Like I said, it's really looking funny out, the skies. And I thought I would, here in a minute, I would wrap up what I got by ending it with a trilogy. But first, I wanted to throw this in here. It's the Slasher Classic collection. Lou Diamond Phillips and Tracy Griffith. I got this on eBay for $25. It's the first Power. And I felt like if I didn't get it, I would never get it. I remember seeing this at the theater back in the day. I was in love with this movie. It was around the time when Lord of the Flies was in theaters. The Guardian. I don't know if you remember that time at the theater. Really good time. Like, a lot of these thrillers were good, like around that time. This one's Region B. So I believe you have to have a region-free player to watch it, I believe. Not really good on knowing all that, but I'm pretty sure you do. Pretty sure Region B means it's locked. But I did pick up a new Blu-ray. All region-free Blu-ray from Sony. I don't know if I'm supposed to show this on it or not, but there's what I picked up, the region. It's a really little player, but you have to do some programming with it to get it to play region-free. Some people were giving it bad reviews and saying stuff about it not playing, and then I saw some people say, well, you got to kind of monkey around with it. It's not the company, it's not the player. You got to kind of program it with the remote, which is another reason why I picked that one, because you're able to get a pretty decent remote with it. And I believe it does have subtitles if you need them, and the ones I was looking at didn't have subtitles as availability on some of the Blu-rays, region-free Blu-ray. But this is a really cool flick. Probably one of my favorites with Lou Diamond Phillips, besides maybe La Bamba. But, there's a look at the back. Really creepy, sadistic killer in that one. And then, like I said, I was going to wrap up the video this morning with probably one of my favorite trilogies that's in the slasher genre. And I got this first one on eBay because they didn't have it on Hamilton Book. But I had to get it. It's an Arrow title. It's the Maniac Cop. 2.0 stereo. You pretty much know what, I'm pretty sure you know what Maniac Cop is. I think it came from, Larry Cohen. I don't know if he produced this or... trying to see. This movie starred Bruce Campbell, Tom Atkins, and Lorraine Langdon. 85 minutes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Larry Cohen either executive produced this or produced it or directed it. I'm not sure which. But he also was responsible for the It's Alive trilogy as well. And if you watch this, you kind of get that It's Alive vibe to it a little bit because it kind of shows a lot of the city streets, kind of like with these unique cinematography type shots around the city and stuff. Kind of has that Larry Cohen touch. But this is basically Jason running loose as a cop. That's the way I look at Maniac Cop. It's basically like Jason getting revenge on everybody and anyone that gets in his way. I would have always liked to have seen a Maniac Cop versus Jason Voorhees crossover film. I always thought that would have been a cool idea. Could have been, really cool, but Probably would have demeaned both series a little bit, just because it would have had to been a little hokey at times. But I still would have liked to seen a series between these two, just because of their brute strength and sheer unstoppable ability. But this one's a really good slasher original movie. Well, not original movie, but original in it being it's the first in the series. But I really like that they went the direction they did with that series. I wrote, I think after part 3 came out, I want to say I was bored and I started sitting down writing ideas for a Maniac Cop 4. I just really wanted a Maniac Cop 4 so bad. I really love this character. And then I also got on Hamilton this time a Blu-ray DVD combo pack collector's edition of Maniac Cop 2. You have the right to remain silent forever. This has Robert Davi, who played in License to Kill, Claudia Christian from The Hidden, Michael Lerner, who played in Barton Fink, Laureen Landon again, who played the love interest that Bruce Campbell was cheating on with, played in Hundra, Leo Rossi, who played in Halloween 3, Halloween 2, I mean, and Robert Zadar played in Tango and Cash. He's the killer in this, Robert Zadar. Charles Napier played in Silence of the Lambs. Bruce Campbell again. I'm not going to say what happens to him, but let's put it this way. He doesn't make part 3. For the people that did see this, and if I ruined it for somebody, you probably should have knew he probably wouldn't, be around for all of them, just because, he was more of a Evil Dead, remembered actor. Larry Cohen, It's Alive, and directed by William Lustig, who did Maniac. Features a brand new 4K high definition transfer from the original camera negative. It comes with a slew of extras, and this is a Blue Underground as well. There. That's Maniac Cop 2. And finally, and I'm sorry about the length, but I didn't make one all day yesterday, and I was supposed to, kind of making up to you on this day. And then I got a Blu-ray plus DVD combo pack collector's edition of The Wrong Arm of the Law is Back. It's the unrated version. Maniac Cop 3, Badge of Silence. This was from Blue Underground as well, but that's not what I was going to say. Maniac Cop 3 was actually back in the day, was actually part 3, like it says, but it actually, I think it was a Cinemax original movie that Cinemax had brought out as like a premiere on their channel, because HBO owned Cinemax, but they presented it as a Saturday night exclusive, and that's how I saw it. I saw it before it even hit DVD or whatever, VHS. And I don't know if it's VHS, but before it hit DVD at least. And I want to say VHS though, but it was an exclusive to Cinemax, and that's how I saw it. It has Jackie Earle Haley too, who played in Kelly Leak in Bad News Bears. They have him as Watchmen, but I know him from Bad News Bears and Kelly Leak, the character Kelly Leak, and from Breaking Away, that bicycling movie with the cutters, and that's what I know him from. Also has the late great Paul Gleason from Die Hard. Robert Zadar again, Robert Davi. Very glad they put Robert Davi in this. He was basically in 2 and 3, and he basically was equivalent to a Dr. Loomis, with more of a, obviously more of a badass persona to him, because he, he's a lot younger than Donald Pleasance was in the Halloween series. But Robert Davi was a good choice to go after the Maniac Cop. I think he was basically this series' version of Dr. Loomis. I kind of got why they went with him again. I can't remember if anything happens to him in this one because it's been so long since I watched it. But really good trilogy here, and I'm glad I was able to pick up all three. It's been a pipe dream for me to get those. I got more videos in the future. Next video I'll probably be doing is a review again. I think I got 2 more movies for reviews for Wild Eye, and then hopefully they get me out a new box because the ones that I got I'm pretty near through already, but that's my video for this morning. Sorry about if I sounded raspy. I have a bit of a sore throat. I don't know if it's because of the weather change, because 1 minute we were going from 65 to going to like 40. But that's my video for this morning. I apologize for being so many days apart, but the length of this one kind of makes up for it. It's kind of like a part A, part B video, you know, like I took part of one video that I didn't make and used it as part of this because there's some stuff in there I added. So you all stay safe. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again, guys. See you later. Bye.